If your income is not stable, you've lost your job, or you feel unprepared for the next recession, stick around and I will give you a list of things that you can do right now to properly prepare and manage your money during the next crisis. We're starting right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Finance Kit. As always, I am Dion, and just like in every episode, I bring to you my lifetime of experience in problem solving, focused on pushing your financial mindset towards a better reality. I have another amazing installment for you today on the Finance Kit channel, and we'll talk about how to manage your finances during a crisis or a recession. I will give you some proven personal finance techniques you can use now and in the future. Probably the most pressing questions people have right now out there is, are we headed to an economic depression, a recession, or crisis? Doesn't really matter what you call it. As you probably already know, unemployment skyrocketing in the United States with over 17 million people losing their jobs just at the start of April. The economy is slowing down as businesses are staying closed, and to be honest, this will probably continue for a little bit longer. We won't know for sure if we're living in a recession until the Business Cycle Dating Committee of the National Bureau of Economic Research says so. Ain't that one a mouthful, right? This private non-profit group of economists is the one that declares a recession when it starts and when it ends. The problem is that it can take them a few months, if not even a year, to do that. For example, they declared in December of 2008 that the Great Recession began in December of 2007. That is a full year of delay. Personally, I don't think people should just sit around and wait for somebody to declare a crisis. It is hard to pinpoint if a recession is starting or it has already started. However, I like to think of it as the time when things are just not as good as they were. And quite honestly, I think we're in those times right now. This is why it is never too soon to make sure that your finances are well equipped to weather whatever storm is coming. So let's go over some tips you can do right now to get better prepared for what is to come. Also, if someone you know, or maybe you have lost your job recently, right up here there is a link of a video I just did a few days ago about 22 companies that are hiring right now during this coronavirus outbreak. So if you or somebody else is in need of a job, just click on that link and take a look at the list of those companies. And let's go over a few things what you can do during recession times. This can help you now in time of crisis that's forming around the horizon, and it can also help you in the future as well. So make sure to subscribe to access that content in the future. Number one, you need to keep all the extra money you can right now. And I cannot stress that enough. You need to keep all the extra money you can right now. No one knows how long a recession or a crisis will last, right? So you need to be prepared and save as much money as you can. That means, for example, if you're currently paying extra in your debt payments or depositing extra in your savings, you might want to scale that down and make sure that you keep those money for yourself right now. So I'll give you a quick example. Let's say that you deposited $2,000 into your retirement accounts, and within a few months you need that money for your necessities because you lost your job, for example. You will have to pay hefty penalties to take those money out. So again, the most important thing is to save as much as you can right now. During recession, there is absolutely nothing wrong to have money in your savings account just sitting there doing nothing. Or even better, have a cash reserve in your house just in case. Number two, trim your budget down. Eliminate any unnecessary spendings for entertainment, travel, and go down to just your needs. Remember, recession usually lasts a year or so, maybe longer, before the economy starts recovering. That recovery time frame is also unknown. So do not let yourself go out there and spend money on things that you really don't need right now. Try to save as much as you can. Number 3, make sure that your necessities are paid. Those are your housing, either mortgage or rent, your utilities, your food and groceries, and transportation. I personally prioritize those in the following order. I get food and housing. I need to make sure that those two are covered, and then utilities and transportation. Cover your bills and then save again as much as you can from any leftover income that you have. Number 4, along with your necessities, one other thing you can pay, and that is if you can afford it, is your minimum debt payments. If you have any credit cards with balance or any other loans that have minimum payments, you can try to cover those so they don't cost you extra fees in the future, okay? Number 5, which is also very important, during a recession, stay informed about any stimulus money. In the current situation that we're in, the government is sending the stimulus checks of $1,200 per adult and $500 per child. Based on your income level, if you qualify, the money will be either deposited into your bank account or mailed to whatever mailing address the IRS has. However, there are a lot of other programs that the states and the federal government are doing right now during recession times. Programs and subsidies that you might qualify for, especially if you have a small business. So usually information like this about stimulus and financial assistance can be found on your local state's website. So do some research based on where you live and take advantage of those programs. Get those extra money for yourself. Let me know down in the comments if you need any help finding information about all this. I don't mind helping. I will answer all the questions. And lastly, one more thing you can do during recession times, especially if you've lost your income, is to look for relief on your bills. And no, I don't mean about, trying to avoid your bills or bluntly not paying them, because that will come back and bite you later on. But what you can do is reach out to your landlord, reach out to your mortgage company, for example, and just negotiate with them a few months of payment relief. They can postpone your next month's payment, or even better, assist you of splitting your payments on smaller amounts so you can afford it. You can also call your credit card companies and do the exact same thing. In times of crisis, companies will work with their customers and assist them, because don't forget, they're in the same boat going through the same storm as you are. So pick up that phone, call those companies, and see how they help you right now. Don't forget to click the subscribe button as well down at the bottom, along with the bell notification, so you can get more helpful videos like this in the future. I know in recession times things can get stressful, especially if you lose your income. Ideally, you have some emergency fund savings that will be very, very helpful. You have to stay informed and manage your funds during a time of crisis, because no one knows how long that can last. Could be just a few months. The federal government pumps a bunch of money into the economy and everything turns to better, or it could last a couple years, just like it did back in 2007 and 2008. So with the Finance Kit channel, I will be providing you with weekly videos and helpful information. Now, with all that said, I would like to give you a few things to stay away from and make sure that you do not do in hard economic times. Most importantly, do not panic. Federal and state governments' help is usually available during recession times, so do not go out there and take out a payday loan. Those predatory loans come with 1,000,000% interest rate, and they could cost you a lot more in the long run. With that said, you probably shouldn't take a home equity loan either, because again, that will just create a bigger debt for you to pay off later. Also, try to stay away from taking money out of your retirement accounts. You will pay early withdrawal fees, and you will also probably pay extra fees for the taxes that you have to pay on those money. If you can afford your necessities, shelter, food, utilities, the rest of your bills can wait, especially if the minimum payments are already covered on time. The only time I can personally think of why someone would need a payday loan, equity loan, or taking money out of a retirement account early is if they're facing a bankruptcy or a foreclosure. And that is only if you have actually exhausted all other resources for financial assistance out there. Therefore, make sure to explore all your options and make smart decisions focused on your long-term success, not just the short-term hardship. Consider downsizing to a more frugal life if you have to, and save every dollar that you can. Once that's done, just look for an extra part-time job or extra income. Companies are hiring right now, even during hard times, even during recession. You can find work to supplement your income and make sure that you don't need to get into any more debt. Do not make changes that can jeopardize your long-term financial situation based on short-term economic downfall. Even if you're at the retirement age, for example, retirement is going to last you 25, 30 years. A recession is going to last one. And remember, downturns never come at a good time, right? As many Americans are already living paycheck to paycheck, the October 2019 Bankrate survey actually found that 2 out of 5 Americans, or 40%, are not prepared for the next recession. Take action now and get ready. Regardless of whether a storm is on the horizon or not, it is always a good time to make sure your personal finances are in order. And if you're prepared, or at least taking some smart steps on how to weather the storm and come out of the crisis in a good financial position, that is the smart thing to do. Well, this concludes the most thought-provoking portion of your day. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of The Finance Kid. Make sure to click that subscribe button and the bell for all the notifications so you can get more videos like this in the future. Remember to check thefinancekid.com where you can get personalized answers from me for all your finance, business, and investing questions. You can also post a comment down in the section below. I will answer those as well. In the description, you can find links to other helpful videos along with social media links will be down there as well. So you can follow The Finance Kid on Instagram. Thank you for pushing your financial mindset towards a better reality. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay fully up to date with my content. Until next time, stay positive, master your finances, and take a good care of yourself and those around you.